Hi, I'm Simon Fu from Sophos Support, and today I will be going through the overview of Sophos Central Peripheral Control Policy, how to set exemptions, and showing some general troubleshooting steps for peripheral control related issues. Peripheral control lets you control access to peripherals and removable media. Please note, this policy will only apply to Windows and Mac devices. It is not supported on Unix or Linux endpoints. By default, peripheral control policy is set to disabled. Monitor but do not block. If you select this, access to all peripherals is allowed. All peripherals used will be detected, but you cannot set access rules for them. Control access by peripheral type and add exemptions. If you select this, you can go on to set access policies for peripheral types and for individual detected peripherals. For each peripheral type, you can change access policy to allow, peripherals are not restricted in any way, to block, peripherals are not allowed at all, to read only, peripherals can be accessed only for reading. In mid-2021, peripheral control started to support MTP PDP devices. MTP stands for Media Transfer Protocol, and PDP stands for Picture Transfer Protocol. The MTP PDP category includes devices such as smartphones, tablets, cameras, and media players that connect using the MTP or PDP protocols. For more information, check the documentation in the video description. As mentioned earlier, if you select Control Access by Peripheral Type and add exemptions, you can also set access policy for individual detected peripherals. Click onto Peripheral Exemptions. You can see the table expanded. Click Add Exemptions. The Add Peripheral Exemptions dialog will come up. You will then see a list of detected peripherals. Please note, peripherals are detected when you are in monitoring mode or if there is an access restriction for that type of peripheral. This list shows all peripherals detected, whether on endpoint computers or servers. From this example, I have selected to add a detected MTP PTP device to the exemption list. Once selected, click Add Exemptions. You can now see your selection has been added to the peripheral exemption list. From there, you will now need to set the policy to allow or to block the device. Important: do not set a stricter access policy for an individual peripheral than for its peripheral type. If you do, the setting for the individual policy is ignored and the warning icon is displayed beside it. From this example, you can see that the peripheral type MTP PTP is set to allow, but the individual policy is set to block. An error will show stating exemptions cannot be stricter than global settings. To do this correctly, you will need to set MTP PTP to block, and for those MTP PTP devices that you would like to allow, add exemptions to allow them instead. Once the policy is set, you can now enforce the policy via Model ID or Instance ID. Enforcing by Model ID will allow or block all devices of that specific model. Using an Instance ID will instead allow or block that specific based on its device ID. Now let's look at some troubleshooting steps for peripheral control related issues, such as unable to access a device or exemption is not working accordingly. First, check if the issue is related to the peripheral control policy. If the policy is set to disabled, does the issue persist? Second, check what the operating system recognizes the device as. Third, check if the same device can be accessible from another endpoint. Fourth, if exemption is added, Check if the model ID or instance ID matches that of the device being blocked. And if all the above is checked but issue persists, open a support ticket with Sophos support for further assistance. I hope you found this video useful. Let us know by giving us a thumbs up on TechVids, or like, comment and subscribe on YouTube. Check out the documentation for this video in the video description. For further assistance, view and post questions on community.sophos.com and go to techvids.sophos.com for more great videos like this one. Thanks again for watching. Take care.